Hello, this is James Fargon with the 12th edition of the nightly Newsfeed Wrap-Up, except this time it's a morning Newsfeed Wrap-Up because last night I had a bit too much to drink and encountered some glitches in my attempt to do my report, which I hope to turn into a really regular thing where I never miss a beat. So I'm doing a makeup, and I will proceed with my 13th edition tonight from beautiful Seoul, Korea. Let me see here. I've decided to start featuring some of the odd musical instruments I have lying around. I was a musician. This is an Irish drum, the bodhrán. My medicine man friend in Arizona tells me that if you want to clear out your vibrational space and chase away any bad vibes, tap out a heartbeat on a drum. Do that for a little while and it just smooths everything out. That's a great sound. Otherwise, I forgot to mention, YouTube is cooking my view count numbers, so if you're coming to this or any of my other videos and you're seeing, this guy is nothing. Well, Jim Stone and I have pretty much established that they're cooking my numbers, my stats. He has advertised my Love and Light blog. He has lots of regular readers, and the numbers just don't, the math doesn't come out. They are suppressing my view count numbers. Otherwise, I'll show you my duck garden. They've gotten so big and so unruly, I can't hold them up to the camera in either hand. They dwarf the pigeon, and we see roosting in the tree there. But they're doing great, and they're a joy to have around. And I hope that one day they will, in the fall, they'll fly off to the southern hemisphere, explore the world, and come back to their home next spring, where they were loved and nourished. Okay, so on to David Icke's newsfeed. Rentz's newsfeed is just so mangled and garbled and full of nonsense and bullshit. I'm just going to focus on Icke for the time being. Jim Stone has come out recently postulating that Rents has been replaced with an almost exact replica. www.jimstonefreelance.com. Interesting stuff at that site. Folks, check it out. It's pure, unadulterated truth. And the Fukushima report is ironclad, bulletproof proof that Israel did Fukushima. Okay, on to David Icke. Top of the newsfeed, David Icke defeating the Illuminati. With a heart chakra graphic. Yeah, New Age. The New Age movement, the New Age culture. It really irritates me. I lived in a Buddhist temple for a while. I recorded an album in the main Buddha hall there. I've studied Buddhism pretty extensively. I've even given a lecture series on the Vimalakirti Sutra and one on the Heart Sutra. And there's a lot of ancient wisdom that was earned hardcore over millennia by extraordinary people. And the New Age movement takes this wonderful knowledge and it mishmashes it into this namby-pamby, feel-good, love and light all the time, twice-baked potato with sprinkles on it culture. And yes, you know, like we live in this. We are energetic beings living in an electromagnetic information matrix, and it's got its beautiful side, but it's also got its hellish aspects, which happen every day all around us. You know, I got people, James, if you're angry, you know, if you're angry, James, you won't be able to participate in the ascension process. Well, fuck that! I mean, really, honestly, people, let's be realistic here. There's a place for anger. And when anger is in its proper place, given its proper mode of expression, it leads to action, which is necessary. It's like people that talk about love. Noisy bird. They don't know what love, you know, love is action. If you talk about love and you say, I love you to someone, but you don't back it up with action, especially when action is required and it calls for sacrifice and pain, but you act anyway, that is love. It's not this mythical romp through dandelion fields of, you know, delusions of ascension. I don't argue that there's some massive energetic change going on right now. I feel it too. I don't discount the fact that our solar system is hurtling through a highly turbulent area of the galaxy. I don't dispute the fact that the solar system is heating up, so to speak. I don't dispute the fact that weird things are happening around the sun. But if you're just blissing out and ignoring all of the horrible shit that is going on nowadays and not speaking out about it, you are doing a disservice to yourself and you're doing a disservice to mankind. Moving on. I want to make sure that I'm still recording. Yes, I am. I'm coming up on 8 minutes. Possession is not a myth. It's real and it's running the world, but we have the power, not them. That's right. But it's time to, you know, become unpossessed and purify. You got a direct connection to God, folks, in your heart. You know what's right and what's wrong. And I was having an interesting discussion with my friend Maury, for whom I'm going to make a video blog, and he says, he was quoting some thinker who said that, you know, conservatism for conservatism's sake leads to dogma and stagnation, and change for change's sake leads to liberal chaos and confusion. But integrated change and conservatism, you know, the kind of system that's practiced at a tribal level, leads to healthy development. And so, you know, you don't have to be dogmatic. You don't need books. You don't need institutions. Just talk to the Great Spirit. And the Great Spirit will respond. Got some news about Rupert Murdoch I'm not going to get into. I'm not following that stuff. Garbage truck drivers, landscapers snoop for cops. Well, if you are a garbage truck driver or a landscaper snooping for cops, fuck you! Moving on. More on the Rothschild Olympic scam. Brazen serpent. George Carlin on religion and God. He almost had it right. He threw the baby out with the bathwater. But what a brilliant man. Mothers forced to sell their children. The human toll of the Euro meltdown. Once a month, usually on a Saturday, Kassiani Papadopoulou packs a bag with children's presents and takes the bus from her one-bedroom flat in a dusty suburb of Athens up into the cool hills outside the Greek capital that overlook the sea. The 20-mile journey is an emotional one for her, but she would not stop making it for anything in the world. A young widow of 30, she travels to see her 2 daughters and son aged 14, 13, and 12. Kassiani was forced to give them away a year ago when her money ran out and she was unable to pay for their food, her rent, or send them to school with shoes or books. Read more. Click. Yeah. Well, we're already slaves anyway, just most of it don't know it. If you are constantly harried by money worries, if you're worried about losing your children because you can't make enough fucking money, guess what? You are de facto a slave. By definition. Clergy abuse tracker. Chemicals in household items are causing huge increase in cancer, obesity, and falling fertility. Well, go fucking figure. Everything is weaponized. Everything. We are in a war against humanity. And I think I've made it clear. Maybe I haven't made it clear. I will make that the topic of a separate transmission. Who is waging this war on mankind? Not just a certain camp of Jews. It's a bit more complicated than that. Lords of the Rings. Olympic paranoia targets protests. Thing on Michael Jackson. Remember who you are? Buy my book. Relentless campaign to buy my book. Buy my book. David Icke. Cool song. Sonic weapon deployed in London during Olympics. Good quote from John Lennon, who was a globalist of a stripe. Our society is run by insane people for insane objectives. I think we're being run by maniacs for maniacal ends, and I think I'm liable to be put away as insane for expressing that. That's what's insane about it. John Lennon. Beekeepers win ban on Monsanto's GMOs in Poland. Hurrah! Good news squeezing through the cracks. Yes, coming up on after just past 13 minutes. I got a 15.5-minute limit before it craps out. Medical marijuana is irrelevant to Romney, and I've seen a video of a guy in a wheelchair who's like terminally ill or something, asking Romney like, hey man, look at me, I'm a shriveled up mess, I'm in pain all the time, I'm suffering, and the one thing that gives me solace and comfort is marijuana. Don't you care, sir? And you see what a robot the man is. He's an empty shell. There's no spirit in him. He's a robot. A cold, unfeeling, uncaring psychopath. Go fucking figure. Okay, I think I'm going to wrap up now. More tonight. I feel this is very cathartic. I feel better. And if you are one of those who are watching and spreading the links, I do appreciate it. And I invite you to get in touch on a personal level at RantsAgainstTheMachine. Insert the, one word, RantsAgainstTheMachine at gmail.com. Thank you for watching. I got to go to the hardware district, get some duck feed, visit a friend. I'll be back tonight to do my 13th edition of the Nightly Newsfeed Wrap-Up. James Fargon, over and out.